Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. My name is Ethan Benfield, and I am here with my co host for another episode of the Dirty Balls podcast. And I, for one, am glad to be back doing this because I have been through quite a bit since the last time we recorded.
What are you talking about, Ethan?
I got into a wreck in my truck, and I have a compression fracture on my T11 vertebrae. Do not worry, I'm doing fine and healing quite nicely. I had a back brace that I had to initially wear all the time and only take off to shower and the other S and sleep. And other than that, I had to wear this back brace all the time. Now I'm to the point where I no longer have to wear it around the house and only have to wear it when I go out. So that's better. Yeah, it hurt a lot. It doesn't really hurt anymore. It still gets sore sometimes, but yeah, getting better.
Well, that's good to hear. Alcohol makes everything better.
And prescription muscle relaxers.
But
So
not together.
no, definitely not together. That's bad.
Because together they make things a little too good.
Yeah, if that is so possible. So a lot of times, we like to start this podcast with a negative review left of a particular ballpark. This time, it would be fun to shake things up a bit and talk about a negative review that was left not of a ballpark, though they decided to take it out on the ballpark, but of yours truly and that guy right down there.
Or up there, depending on how it looks.
Yeah, however it looks for y'all. Yeah, okay. All right.
Anyway,
I got it right here.
Right
me
there.
and Ethan have a lot.
Can I read it, or should we give this a little setup first?
Go ahead and set it up.
Okay, so a few weeks ago at this point now, we went to Asheville. We went to the Taurus, and Crawdads played them, whooped dad ass by quite a bit. We scored a couple touchdowns on them, and there were some fans in front of us that were not really fans of how we root for the Crawdads, which if you've ever sat in section 115 or even 108 for that matter, you know that heavily involves cowbells. I think that's all the setup we need for me to read this.
Okay, now to clarify, when we go to an opposing team's ballpark and we ring the cowbells, we only ring it when our team does something good. We don't ring it to heckle the other team, or anything like that. We only ring it for our guys.
Yes.
So anyway,
and something very, very egregious would have to happen for us to start heckling them. We usually keep it very, very respectful when we go to an opposing team's field. There's been a couple of times where I've gotten out of line. Definitely, it's a lot different than when the LR soccer fans travel to an away field and watch their games. That I've seen one of our guys get let out by security with handcuffs once.
Wow.
Anyway, so for this is Thomas Richards, or oh no, I shouldn't have probably put his name in. Oh well. Sorry, Mr. Richards.
I do not live in Asheville.
Oh, really? Okay.
He lives in High Point, according from what I've heard.
Right.
What one of the comments said.
So the post. So this is not like a Yelp or a Google review or something like that. This is a comment on their Facebook post about their jersey giveaway. And so anyway, I was excited about the game till a bunch of annoying people showed up with a bunch of cowbells. And okay, fair point, but this is the part I don't like. I will never spend money at this place again. There are so many other things to do where I don't have to listen to people behind me ringing cowbells. Now, here's my big issue with this. You don't like the cowbells. You didn't like what we were doing. You thought we were being very noisy, and okay, that's fair. You're entitled to your opinion. You don't like us, that's fine. You don't have to.
Good move.
What I think is weird is saying you're not going to spend any more money at that ballpark because we were only there on a trip. We're not there every time. And also, it's not the ballpark's fault that you didn't like us. Don't take it out. That's one of the best ballparks in all of minor league baseball. Don't take it out on them because you didn't like what we were doing. It's not like they hired us to come there and do it and we're part of their group. Like it'd be like if you went to a restaurant and the food was delicious and you said you didn't like it because the people at the table next to you were talking too loud. That's not the restaurant's fault.
True.
Very true. And another thing, yes, it's not like he could mistake us for Asheville fans. I mean, we were
we had on all of our
decked
crawdads.
out in crawdads gear. Crazy.
And it's like, I think Adrian commented, they wasn't paying attention to the game to begin with, because if you pay attention to the game, when is the cowbell being heard? What's happening? And you know what? If you don't want to spend no money at that ballpark, fine. Never step foot in that place. It's only been going for 98 years without your money. So I think they can continue another 98 without your money.
Yeah, they'll do just fine. I don't think there's some guy that like owns the ballpark or the owner of the team sitting at his desk in his office like, guys, this is serious. Everybody come in here. Everybody, McCleskey, get in here, please. Everybody, cancel your lunch breaks. Jimmy, get out of the bathroom. This is important.
Or
Thomas Richards isn't coming back.
And with him not spending the money, if he would come back, would probably keep the Bears out of the stadium. Did you guys see that?
Yes, I saw that. The grounds crew out there and all of a sudden.
Yeah, a black bear
just comes strolling out of the dugout.
That was super cool.
Yeah, just came strolling out of the visitor's dugout like it was nothing.
It's Asheville. There's bears everywhere.
But
and supposedly
go ahead.
Supposedly in the summertime, there's also goats in the outfield behind the wall because I'm getting all this information from the show before the show podcast, but
I've actually seen the goats. It was years ago, but yeah, there's goats.
Yeah, they still do that. They put them in the back behind the wall for them to eat the vegetation up and clean it up a little bit. They actually do it throughout the city of Asheville.
Real goats too, not that dumb way that people describe players that are really good nowadays. That's something. Okay, so the acronym GOAT, greatest of all time, that sometimes people use for like, Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali or like people that are, the greatest of all time. People now use that pretty liberally to just mean anybody that's good. Greatest, that's a superlative, which means one. You can't say like I can't tell you how many times I've been like people like this is a group of goats right here. That's not how that works. Not only one person can be the greatest. It's a superlative. It's the highest. It's one. It's not the 40 good players of all time. What?
Section 108's the goats.
No, I believe they're the minions.
Anyway, talking about the going back to the game we went to in Asheville, one thing I thought was pretty cool was when I was waiting in line to get my giveaway jersey, the lady and the two kids that were there helping with the giveaway were actually the owner's wife and kids. I just thought that was pretty cool how, they're not just like, oh, we're the owners. We're not lifting a finger to do anything. No, they're actually out there in the heat helping, working. I thought that was pretty cool.
And that trip was a very fun day because Asheville is known. They're known for a couple things, but one thing they're known for is having a plethora of craft breweries. And whenever we go, specifically me and Scott and Lee, whenever we go up there, we always find 3 or 4 breweries to spend the day at and we try to go to different ones every time that we haven't been to before. But this time we went to Sierra Nevada, which I had been to already, which I love.
Which we did a podcast from there.
We did. The last episode of our first ever season was what was from Sierra Nevada.
Yes. Hold on, I'm looking for something here. All right.
Jeremy having technical difficulties? Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, a long time ago, and I'll wait for Jeremy to get back, but I teased a story, and I don't know if you guys I said that I wanted to wait until we were all together again, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So we discussed off camera about me finally telling this story. So I don't know if today's the day or not.
So you're teasing it again.
I mean, if I want to wait until we're all together, but that can also be seen as me just trying to stall and not do it and put it off. So, and funny enough, Asheville actually plays into the story, not the tourist, but the city. So, I mean, if you guys want me to go ahead and tell that now, I will.
I say go for it.
Go for it.
All right. Well,
Unless you don't want to. God.
Oh, yeah, if you don't want to, then don't.
No, I want to tell it because it's a fun story, and I've been teasing it for several weeks now, and technically I've been teasing it for 3 years, because I said in like the first ever episode that I had a story about the song "Don't Stop Believing," and I would wait until we've done 50 episodes, and we've definitely done 50 episodes or more by this point. And you know, I wanted to wait until we were all together, but that just keeps getting put off later and later, and then my wreck happened and everything. I don't know. I think it's time.
Well, or we could wait till Saturday and us 4 get together and go out somewhere and have lunch before the game. And we can record the video and put it with the next show.
Nah, I'd rather do it right now, because if we do that, then there's the lighting and the audio, and trying to film that outside of a public place, that never really goes great. You know, I'd rather stop putting it off and finally give the people what they want. So without further ado, I'm ready to embarrass
don't
myself.
Stop believing.
I'm ready to not stop believing and embarrass myself in front of tens and tens of millions of our adoring fans.
You got the 10 part right.
Yeah. So
I saw the 10 at Walmart the other day.
yeah.
And then you got a message on your video.
Yep.
I want everybody in their mind to take yourself back to December of 2009. Let's all think about where we were in December of 2009.
Can't even think where I was 9 days ago.
Okay. Well, anyway, one particular evening in December of 2009, I was on a bus on the way back from a middle school trip to the Biltmore House. That's in Asheville, which is where we were just talking about. And, you know, oh, by the way, guys, this next 10 minutes or so is going to have absolutely nothing to do with baseball or the Crawdads or anything like that. So if you're one of those people that don't like it when we get off topic, skip ahead a little bit. But if you want to hear me tell an embarrassing story, then don't turn that dial. Anyway, so.
Do we ever talk about baseball?
Yes, we do. Okay, so it's Christmas time at Biltmore, a beautiful time. If you've never been, you should. It's glorious. Anyway, we are in a chartered tour bus on the way back to our school. I'm in the 6th grade in 2009. All you guys were in your 30s by then, and or maybe your late 20s. But I am listening on my little knockoff iPod. I don't know if you remember back then, they had these little MP3 players that were like a thumb drive, and you put it in your computer and download your totally legal music on it. And anyway, and the song "Don't Stop Believin" comes up because I had a Journey CD that I burned on the computer and had there. And I'm in the back seat of this bus with three friends that I do not remember from middle school. I don't remember their names. It was a one guy and two girls, and me and the guy are there, and then the two girls are across from us. And I start singing "Don't Stop Believin'" because I don't have any respect for people's personal space. So I'm sitting in the back seat of the bus. I'm singing the song "Don't Stop Believin'," and I look over, and these two girls are looking at me, and I'm a 11-year-old boy. I'm like, hey, girls are looking at me. They must be enjoying this. So anyway, sing the song. I finish it. My friend was like, hey man, that sounded pretty good. And I was like, really? You think so? And I look over, and the two girls were like, yeah, that sounded good. Yeah, I didn't know you could sing. I can't, but they told me they apparently, according to them, I could. They said, I didn't know you could sing. That sounded pretty good. And I was like, well, that's pretty good. Wow, three people told me I did a good job. And the other girl, who back then I thought, she might be into me, but now I'm thinking that she hated me and had it out for me from the beginning, because she brought up the next point. She looks at me and says, you know what you should do? When we get back from Christmas break, coming in February, you should sing "Don't Stop Believing" in the school talent show. Pause for dramatic effect. Okay, I'm seeing your faces. Good. This is going exactly how I thought it would.
I think you should sing it right now.
So I sit back and I'm like, I don't know. I don't like I don't like performing in front of people. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't know if that's really me. And just kidding. No, I loved the idea, and I immediately was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna sing this song in the talent show. So, but you don't just sign up and then do it. You gotta try out. So anyway, Christmas break happens, and then we come back, and it's January, and they post tryouts for the talent show. And I go and I try out literally after school in a classroom in front of two teachers. And I didn't have the CD with me, so I was just doing it a cappella. It was the most awkward moment probably of my young life at that point. And, I've had much more awkward moments to this day, but that one still ranks pretty highly up there. So anyway, apparently that went well, because out of, I don't know if it was pity or morbid curiosity or what, a couple weeks later, they put out the list of people that had made it past the audition stage to the actual show. And fourth or fifth on that list is Mr. Ethan Benfield. They came over the intercom. They came over the intercom and they went, people, we have posted the entrant names for the talent show. And I immediately left class. I raised my hand, and my teacher was like, yeah, go ahead. And I walked out there, looked at the names, saw, I was like, yeah. I was so pumped. And yeah. So then a couple more weeks go by, and it's about time for the show. It's a freezing cold February morning, and I walk into the gym wearing my chosen outfit for this show, which was a Ben Roethlisberger jersey in 2010. Think about that for a second. He wasn't exactly in the good public eye at that point, if you know what I'm talking about. But oh well, Ben Roethlisberger jersey in 2010. What did I know? I was 12 years old, or 11, about to turn 12. And so walk in there, feeling good about myself. I sit down in the gym. Everybody else goes to class. And so at the way my middle school worked, if you get there, whatever time in the morning you get there before classes start, you go sit in the gym in the bleachers. And then at 8 o'clock, the bell rings, everybody gets up and goes to class. This particular morning, they came over and they said, the people that are going to be in the talent show do not go to class when the bell rings. Stay in the gym so we can get ready for the show. So anyway, bell rings, everybody leaves. And now I'm sitting there alone in the gym, and I'm getting pumped up, getting my game face on, getting ready, practicing, going la, 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 and all that shit, getting ready for it. And the person that is running the show comes up to me, and there's a girl standing next to him that is in 8th grade. I'm in 6th grade at this point. No, she was in 7th grade. And he says to me, hey, she was like a gymnastic, like doing a tumbling routine thing. And this guy says, hey, her partner is sick. It was supposed to be a 2-person thing, and now it's a 1-person thing. We need to combine your acts. I said, what? Combine our acts? I said, yeah. You're gonna sing the song, and then when the solo, like the piano solo comes up, she'll do her tumbling gymnastics thing, and then you'll keep singing, and then there'll be the second piano solo, and then she'll, do her tumbling thing again. And I was like, well, all right then. I guess that's fun. And then he said, oh, and by the way, we got to give like everybody like a cool little introduction. So like you gotta tell us a little bit about yourself. And I was like, well, I haven't really done anything cool. Like, what do you mean about yourself? Like, your hobbies and stuff you like and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know. I like baseball, I like sports. And he's like, okay, sure. And he just writes that down and walks away. So everybody gets these cool introductions. And then it's our turn to go up there. And first off, the principal goes up there and gives some announcement. I can't remember what it was. And then the guy that was the host of the show comes up and goes, so next up, we got so-and-so's name. I don't remember. She's a 7th grader. She's been dancing since she was 5 years old. And we also have Ethan. He's a 6th grader and he likes baseball. And then we both go up there. I sing. She does the gymnastics. In my little 11-year-old head, I thought that I sounded fantastic. And my mom and dad, one of them was there and one of them wasn't. And it was either dad was at work and mom was there, or mom was at work and dad was there. It was one of the two. And I can't remember, but they told me I sounded great. And there was a first prize, second prize, third prize. I didn't win any of them, but whatever. I was happy to be there. And that's pretty much the Don't Stop Believing story. I sit back and think about that and I cringe and I think, it probably can't get worse than that. It's an embarrassing moment from younger in my life, but you know what? Who doesn't have an embarrassing moment? But wait, it does get worse, because this entire thing was filmed and is currently, to this day, still on YouTube.
What?
My performance,
Where?
of Don't Stop Believing in the 6th grade talent show is on YouTube right now. And the reason why I wanted to wait until we were together is so that we could all watch this together and laugh our asses off and whatever. But yeah, I sung Don't Stop Believing in the school talent show, and I'm very embarrassed about it. And it's still on YouTube for anybody that wants to see it to go check it out.
You
I
should
will
have
try
told
to
that at
add
the
it.
end of the show so we could watch it immediately.
Well, now you guys have some entertainment for the evening.
You're going to have to send me the link, because I'm going to try to add it to the end of this video.
No. Y'all got to go out there
Yeah.
and find it on your own damn time. I'm not directly contributing to my Jeremy, put your phone down. It later. Okay, guys, later.
Jennifer's going to find it as soon as we stop. So don't believe.
And that's why to this
Anyway,
day, every time I hear the song Don't Stop Believing, I'm like, oh God, that whole thing.
Were there people that got cut from the talent contest, from the talent show?
Yeah, there were a bunch of people. Not everybody that auditioned got to be on the show. There was a select cut. I don't know
But
how
you
I made it.
the show. So it could have gotten worse. You could have sucked so bad that you didn't make the show.
Yeah, but then there wouldn't be this video evidence that what if okay, I want to be a sports broadcaster. That's what I'm going to school for. What if by some miracle I make it big? Like, I'm talking like Joe Buck level of everybody knows, and every Saturday you turn on a Major League Baseball game and you hear my voice. Like, if I'm the next big guy and I get incredibly famous, I'm on talk shows and I get movie parts and Miller Lite commercials. What if that happens and Ethan Benfield becomes a household name? Then all of a sudden, everybody's going to have this super embarrassing video of me at 11 years old.
You just be like, hey, I was 11.
Yeah,
but I bet you we all can remember this one guy on this one show. She bangs.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Yep.
it was around the time that Pants on the Ground was a big deal on American Idol.
Now, would have
Now
really
we
been
know
a
the
better
story.
Now we got to find the video.
Yep,
Not that hard to find.
and share it.
I have tried and tried to get that video taken off of YouTube. I've flagged it for copyright. I've done a lot of things, and it's still up there.
I will find it, and I will share it.
Wait till the episode comes out, though, so people can have some context.
Oh, I will.
Well,
Oh. Anyway,
So-
what are we talking about next?
I guess we can talk about the previous weeks that was.
Yeah, we talked about,
I guess.
talking about Evan Carter, the party starter
Right.
week that he had.
Well, we went to Bowling Green and
We didn't do terrible.
we split the series, and we were in a playoff berth, for the first half championship with them, and it was back and forth. We never got the lead. I think we tied, but never actually took the lead. Like I said, we went over there, tied the series, and we came home and played Greenville. And as we always do, we beat the shit out of Greenville. So, and then we went down to Rome and beat the crap out of them.
All but one game.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference?
No, we actually
between
lost
beating
2
the
games.
shit out of somebody and beating
Oh,
the
yeah.
crap out of somebody. Are there levels to this?
Yes. But when we went into Rome, Bowling Green had a magic number of 1. All they had to do was win a game, or for us to lose a game. In the first game, in that series, they won in their series and we lost in ours. So for all intents and purposes, the race for the playoff berth for the first half was over, and we still had 2 games to play. But you know what? I can't hang your head about how we did, because we did amazing in the first half.
Yeah. We had our player dinner on Father's Day, and we were wrapping up. It was pretty much over. Everybody was going home, and Carlos, the manager, he decides to show up like right at the end as we were all packing up, and he thanked us for the connection, and was talking about how we were in a playoff run, and we're going to make the playoffs. And he said he guarantees that the Crawdads will be in the playoffs. And I told him, I said, well, we're not going to worry about the first half, because the first half is not important, because the playoffs start at the second half. That's just in my opinion. And he said, I guarantee you we're going to be in the playoffs. I said, well, we'll hold you to it. And he says, you do that. So, but being first half champs would be great.
Mm-hmm.
But right now there's roster moves, and right now we're one good cohesive team. And who knows if we're going to be like that at the end of the year. So that's why I say, the second half is the most important, because that's the ones that you're going into the playoffs with.
Yeah.
So, and
Yes.
let's see. I know Owen White has been called up to Frisco, and I saw today where Church got called up to Frisco today. So that's just pitching, right now, which, pitching is very important, especially here in Texas.
Yeah, those are 2 very good pitchers, but that doesn't make me nervous at all, because the pitchers that they've been feeding us from down east have all done very well. So, I mean, if that holds up, then pitching will be there.
And
Yeah.
right now, I mean, we're definitely putting the bat on the ball right now. And as long as we keep our position players for right now, because I really don't see those guys going anywhere. I mean,
yeah, because there's kind of a log jam.
Huff is moving up and down in AAA. Ezekiel and Josh Smith both went back to, the minors. They're still making room for, making the adjustments on the big team. So, yeah, it's a logjam. But so the position players should stay the same throughout the season, which kind of is good for the playoff run, but sucks that they can't go nowhere at the same time.
Yeah, it sucks for them, but it's good for us.
Yeah.
But speaking of players who are putting the bat on the ball, Evan Carter, the party starter, as Ethan says, was named Player of the Week for the South Atlantic League. Against Rome, he batted 455 average, 10 hits, 20 total bases, 3 triples, 8 RBIs, 4 stolen bases with an on-base percentage of .571. Dude was crushing it.
And
This week,
Luis Angel Acuna has also been putting up some big numbers in the recent couple of series. He's been getting talked about a lot on the Rangers Reddit page when they talk about people in the farm system and, prospects and stuff. He's getting brought up quite a bit. So is Ezekiel Duran, who just came up to Major League Baseball recently and was there just as a backup guy for an injury and made a pretty good impression. And they thought they were going to keep him, but now he's been sent back down to AAA, but he'll be back. He'll be right back up in no time, I think.
Yeah, this week's Player of the Weeks, we took 3 of the 4. We had one guy down east, and then Evan, and then I think it was Cole Raggins in AAA.
Yeah.
So.
And
well,
yesterday,
the future of the Yankees looks bright.
It does. But yesterday, our entire organization won. The Rangers, the Express, Rough Riders, Crawdads, and down east, we all won.
But did the Yankees win?
Actually, I don't think they did.
Because
I guess not the entire organization, just the official organization.
Because that's our real parent club, if we're really being honest.
Are you talking about Sunday?
I believe it was Sunday. It was either Sunday or Saturday. Everybody
Sunday
won.
Sunday we lost.
Okay, so that must have been Saturday.
It must have been
Saturday. We won 9-5.
But, yeah, I'm watching the Crawdads Parent Club right now. The Yankees. they're actually, I guess if the Rangers are the parent club, the Yankees are the granddaddies.
Yes.
The Yankees
yes.
Yeah.
The grandpa club.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess let's go ahead and get on with the promotions real quick, and this will be kind of a short episode. I mean, we're already 30 minutes in.
Yeah, well, my story took up a big chunk of that, and whatever.
It's
that whoever, it'd be funny because that video was from 12 years ago now, and it'd be funny if whoever runs that account, because I checked and there hasn't been a video posted on that account since 2014. So whoever runs that account might one day be like, let's check that old channel and see what's up with it. And like, hey, this video got 36 more views after July or after June 28th. That's crazy.
So, well, this week
and a bunch of really rude comments.
This week we play an old familiar team as always. Seems like that's the way we do now. The Greensboro Grasshoppers come into town.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. And I think Claudio's got moved up, so I don't know who we're going to cheer for.
Oh, no.
I'm going to check the roster. I'm going to double check, but I think there was once when I checked a while back, he was up. So.
This is going to sound like it's off topic, but it really isn't. Last night I was watching wrestling, and there's a pay-per-view, AEW New Japan pay-per-view, and Claudio Castagnoli, who indie fans know and WWE fans would know as Cesaro, made his debut in AEW last night, and that's his real name, Claudio Castagnoli, and the entire crowd was chanting Claudio, Claudio, and so I let out a big Claudio for him last night.
So this week's schedule, starting tomorrow, is a 7 o'clock game, and it's the typical Tuesday dollar dog and $2 craft beers. So nothing special. Wednesday is a day game at 12:05. So not going to make it to that game. So Jennifer and I, we are going to
Hi, mate.
Gastonia. We're going to Gastonia. Chase is coming back to town, so we're going to go see Chase Wednesday. Thursday, 7 o'clock game, and it's a tribute to Flight and the 30th anniversary celebration night, of course, because it's the end of the month. Then, let's see, that's Friday is a 7 o'clock game, and we're the Llamas, and we'll have fireworks, of course. Saturday is a 7 o'clock game, and it's 2000s country night. And it's also our patriotic jersey giveaway. It's a white jersey. I can't wait. I've been super stoked about that one.
Now, I
And
do have
then-
something to say about Sunday, the Independence Day thing, but go ahead and say what everybody knows what Sunday is, but go ahead and say it so then I can say my piece about that.
Well, Sunday's game is at 6, thank God. So I'm tired of sitting out there on Sundays at 3 o'clock roasting my balls off. But it's our 4th of July celebration. So after the game, there'll be our 4th of July fireworks here for Hickory.
Okay, so the other day at the Disco Turkeys game, we were talking to Emily Mitchell, who is a person that does all the on-field hosting stuff and comes up with a lot of the stuff. She's doing a great job. Our theme nights, from at least what we've seen, our theme nights have improved since she's been in charge of them.
Well, it wasn't hard to improve over our old theme nights. I mean, the themes were good, but when you end them in the second inning, it's like, screw it, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not hard to improve over. But
and
even if she is doing a fantastic job.
yes, from our conversation with her, we can tell that she's got a very creative mind and has a lot of great ideas that she wants to do. But anyway, we were talking to her, and when Sunday came up, also she agreed with us about certain groups of people that don't really know the game, because she says she gets a lot of calls from those groups of people whenever there's Christian concerts and 4th of July and stuff like that. But anyway, what we brought up was the game on Sunday is our big 4th of July celebration, which means there's going to be a big fireworks show afterwards that the whole stadium is clamoring for and really wants to see. The game is at 6 instead of 7. And I think we've seen enough evidence of this new, these pace of play guidelines, pitch clock and the innings and stuff, to know that game's going to be over before 8:30, which means it's not going to be dark. So they're going to have to stall for quite a while to get to those fireworks. And, I'm interested to see, because a launcher ball can't last that long. It's not going to be dark until like 9. It's not going to be dark enough for fireworks until like 9:15.
Do you know who actually does a good stalling job before fireworks to make sure it's dark?
Who?
Who is it, Jennifer?
Burlington.
Bingo.
Now we could go out there and perform Journey's greatest hits and get some gymnastic people, some gymnasts to come out there, and we'll turn it into a whole big production.
Ethan, if you go out there and sing the song, I will get ribbons and dance with the ribbons.
Okay.
But I just want to bring up one thing. I mean, granted, we're not going to be home, but I just want to get your guys' take on our road trip. Like I said, Sunday, we fix it for us to light off fireworks. But Monday is supposed to be a rest travel day. But
Mhm.
the Bowling Green Hot Rods are monkey asses, and they demanded that we go to them that day and have a game so they can have their 4th of July celebration. And we're
How are they
having
able?
Tuesday off.
How are
How
they
do you
able
know
to
they did that?
with every team in minor league baseball having every Monday off? How are they able to finagle their way into having a game on
Well,
Monday and get us
well, they-
to be that game?
Well, they're kind of screwing themselves too, because they're having to make the trip from Asheville to Bowling Green that night, which is the same trip we're having to make, pretty much.
I
Only a
guess it's
couple
kind of
hours
even
close.
with that.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I
that
don't think that was Bowling Green that did that. I think that was minor league baseball.
It's
I'd have
weird.
to I'd check and look at everybody's schedule to see if there's any other games played on Monday. But that sucks for these guys. You know,
Oh yeah.
you're getting done playing a game, and then you've got to get in the shower and hit the bus because how long is that drive? 4 or 5 hours?
Oh, it's like 6.
I was going to say
That-
6.
That's what I was saying. I was wondering what I wanted to say was 6, but I wasn't 100% sure.
It's
You know,
solid 6 hours.
granted it's at night and these guys can sleep, but still,
That's not
you got to
restful
wake
sleep.
up. Yeah, you got to wake up, go to the room, get situated, and wake right back up and
And have
go play
fielding
ball.
practice, batting practice.
Yeah.
Because they probably won't do batting practice. They'll probably skip that.
Probably. But yeah, that's our promotions for this week. You got anything you want to end with, Jennifer?
No? Am I supposed to?
I didn't know, but I've got a question for these guys.
Actually,
About-
we got to hurry up and leave because I gotta take a midnight train going anywhere.
I just want to ask, have you guys ever had a 30-year-old Pepsi?
Oh man,
Yeah.
don't talk about that.
No, I'm interested.
Don't
Why-
do
why?
drugs, kids. You remember back in
Who had a 30?
My parents
I
have
don't
a
know.
vacant house. My parents have a vacant house. Their old house that they haven't lived in since my grandpa passed away, and they've been living over at my grandparents' house. Well, my dad goes over to the old house and mows the lawn and does all that stuff. Well, he hadn't been feeling good and it had been hot, so he hadn't been over there for a few weeks. And when him and Lucas went over there the other day, somebody had blocked the door, put a chair in front of the door and blocked it, and there was 2 homeless people living in there. And the power was still on in the house and all. So they had the air conditioner running. Lucas said they had a steak dinner cooked, some macaroni and cheese, baked potatoes. But my mom had some old Pepsi, I guess it was Pepsi's, wasn't it? Pepsi bottles,
Yeah.
some Richard Petty Pepsi bottles from 30 years ago, and they drank them.
Ah,
Oh my! I have the Dale Earnhardt Sundrop bottles that are probably from that same time, and I
They
can't
are.
even imagine opening and drinking those.
oh,
That's
oh.
some
It's
old
like I've got a
Carolina Championship
bottle from the
cans. I think they drank
90s.
those too. Just
Oh my
Ah.
goodness!
Oh,
and they was
that's what drugs do to you.
they was
And
actually
I have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. Special Edition Budweiser can that expired in the beer expired in 2006, and it's in there full. So if a homeless person wants to come over and drink some beer that's 17, almost 17 years old, then they'd
That'd
be
be even
more than
worse.
welcome.
but Lucas said that they was bent spoons with burnt marks on them, and they were actual joint roaches all over the house. So don't do drugs because you get thirsty.
drugs are bad. Sorry.
Can't you tell that the logo is incredibly different, and that means that probably is a very, very old drink?
It's not like they just opened one and drank one and like, this is gross. They drank them all and then peed in the bottle.
because there's no running water in the house. We got power, just no water.
Good Lord.
Well,
Ah,
well, okay then.
All right, we're going to end this. Let me get this here. You see this? We actually have merchandise now. So we will be selling t-shirts for the podcast. If you really, really do like us, like what we're doing, and want to support what we're doing, I will be tweeting and posting on Facebook, and I'll give everybody the link so they can do it too. Go out and buy a shirt. It'll be like $23 or something like that. Every dime will go back to this podcast. We will get better equipment, try to set the studio, actually make a studio, and do better stuff. But it's not going in my pocket. It's not going in nobody's pocket. We're actually going to try to make this thing better. And, because Jeremy has ran into somebody at the store that said that they like this. And, he had a comment left on his video. And what was funny is I actually got to talk to Max, I think's his name. Oh God, I hate that I don't remember. Yeah. But he recorded us doing the crawl and dad chant. And and he texted me the video. So I had his phone number, and dude, that made my day. From what he said about, coming to 108 or 115. We're not discriminating the sections, but coming to our home and having fun, that's what we want.
well, the word he used that really struck me was family. He said he finally found his baseball fan family. Yeah, that's huge.
He said he grew up going to the old Knights Stadium. They were season ticket holders there, and he's been to Kannapolis, to the dump. But he said there's never been what we have anywhere else. And he lives in Newton Conover, and he said he will be coming to the Crawdad games and having fun with us. So that's what we want.
115.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to speak for you guys, but I venture to say he's welcome at 108 too. So.
Yeah, I have no idea. Does anybody else have anything before get out of here? Because I,
You gotta go
hang my head in shame.
Oh,
you guys want to go find that video?
And we have found a friend of yours, Ethan, at the grocery store.
At Food Line.
Wait. Ethan has friends.
She sits with you guys, supposedly.
She says she sits with you and Scott.
Molly, I think's her name.
She goes to LR.
Are you sure it's not Haley?
Haley, Molly, I don't know.
Because I'm friends with a girl named Haley at LR that works at Food Line and comes to games every now and then.
That's probably
her.
Okay, then. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah. So, hello, if you're watching this, now you can go watch the Don't Stop Believin' video too, and we'll have a
share it with all your friends.
Oh goodness, if it's the girl that I'm thinking of, she is gonna get married sometime in the near future, and she is just the kind of person to play that video on a big screen at the wedding. I know she would do it if she found it. Anyway, don't do that.
I'm going to look for it as soon as I mash stop and see if I can screen record and put it on the end of this video.
Was wearing a Ben Roethlisberger jersey in 2010. If you guys were watching the news at that time, but
just say no, even though he doesn't listen.
Yeah, just say no. What you can say yes to is liking, commenting, and subscribing on this podcast. And we will see you at the ballpark, and we will see you back here. Thank you for watching.
Deuces. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Me trying to turn this off. There we go. Bye. 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 Bye.
Get victory through. Root for the Crawdads. If they don't win, it's the outside. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old.